Hey friends, welcome to Gardening with Creekside. Today, Jerry is going to be working on a project and I'm going to be overseeing it. So here we are, obviously in our driveway, and we have a little bit of a water issue that needs to be taken care of, correct?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a sore spot for ever since we've probably been here, and it's worked on and off things that we've done. So we're going to try to take care of it this time.
Right. So if you've been around Creekside for any length of time, you know that we always say there is like not a flat piece of land really on this property. And so we have had to deal with water, directing water ever since we moved in, which was almost 19 years ago. So Jerry has become really, really good at telling water where to go. And just because of over time with normal wear and tear, this spot has become a problem. So what is this spot we're talking about? We're talking about like right behind this garage pad.
Yeah, I mean, you have a set grade right here because of the concrete.
Right.
So then this thing comes all the way back to this spot, then which then starts to kind of go back uphill.
Yes.
So, you know, the water collects in here, and it doesn't.
And it's even coming up over on the driveway, like on the garage pad. And so you had a drain where that water's sitting.
And which worked, and then it was draining out the back way. So the new patio and all the new landscaping, that pipe kind of got lost, so it's not draining properly. But we have drained just right over here that goes out through the front. So we're going to connect into that drain box the water from here. So actually this is going to get, I'm going to dig this out pretty good here, and then we're going to take the trench, make big places for boxes to like catch basins to go in there. Going to dig pretty much a big nice hole, fabric everything out, and then it's going to get full of just washed stone.
So essentially it's like this massive French drain to catch all the water, because it is just a problem because everything here, we get everybody's water, we're kind of down in a holler, right? And then the creek is down right there. So everything flows this way, and it's just a problem. So massive French drain, basically to have so that it doesn't pile up on the garage pad, and then it will connect to this. And it's that corrugated pipe, if you remember when we were doing the irrigation for the berm and there at the Crepe Myrtles, and Jerry cut that corrugated pipe is what drains this.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, and that's been repaired.
Yeah. So yeah, the best thing to do is to make the point beyond the concrete a bit lower than the concrete pad, so everything flows into the drain that comes off the pad in the house and the gutter. And then so also this accesses our steps to our garden boxes, which is, you know, sometimes fills up full of water. Then sometimes we get irrigation in the summer, drainage out of there, so it'll have somewhere to go.
Yes.
So I'm actually going to take out like all the gravel behind here, because it's gotten real dirty over construction processes between the patio, the boxes, just things going on.
Just life. Yeah. 19 years worth of stuff.
So we're just going to clean that up. We have a truck hopefully coming today with that. That's the plan.
So you get to spend, I have an appointment, so I have to go to my appointment. So you get to spend some time with Jerry doing some construction, digging. You're going to get all the equipment today. You're going to get the trencher, you're going to get the bobcat, you're going to get lots of mud, probably, because we've had a lot. I mean, it's going to be a dirty job.
It's going to be a mess right there.
But sometimes, as I tell my kids, you have to make things messier to make them neater in the long run. So that is what we're going to do today.
Kind of the plan. Yeah.
That's the plan.
We'll see where we go from there.
All right, so stay tuned for all the fun, and I will check back with y'all when I get back. But I'm going to leave you in capable hands with Jerry.
All right, hey guys, Jerry here. Jenny just left, just like we said. Sound may have not been very good on me. I don't know. We haven't checked that yet, but there was a little bit of a battery issue or something with my mic, but I wanted to just go ahead and double clarify everything for you so that way you understand what we're doing. Garage pad coming this way, all the water from the house, from a gutter, drains this way. We had drains back here. These drains are clogged up from all the construction back over here. So we're going to reroute all the water that's coming off of this garage pad into a big massive catch basin, you might say. We're going to have 2 catch basins. We're going to have 4-inch pipe with holes in it. We're going to have fabric. We're going to then fill it with number 67 wash stone. The whole thing is going to be filled. On this back end of this garage pad, we're going to fill it full of all 67 wash stone, pretty deep, so that way the water has somewhere to go. It has no resistance. Use a wash stone so that way the water can just come through it and there's no resistance. Like with a crushed stone, it has all those little small tiny particles here and there, and which makes more of a compacted surface, which I kind of have now. There was wash stone in there, but over all these years of just the debris and everything going in here, it's clogged up. So we're really going to have to deal with that. I have a drain just right over here that catches rainwater here, so we can connect to that and all this water will flow out through the front of the house. So we're going to start on that. This is a big project. So anyway, we're going to dig up the old drain right now, or start moving around. I'm going to move all this gravel out, this old gravel, and store it away. And then we'll start digging up the drains and the dirt, and then we'll start the trenching, okay? Jackson says we need some teeth out here, so we're gonna grab the big bobcat here in a minute just to kind of help us quickly get this debris out of the way. Just kind of getting down in the surface here. You see me working that gravel. I've got a lot of crush in there and some old stone. It's really hard right here off the side, the back side of this garage pad right here. But I'm really wanting to make sure that I'm getting this much out at least on the back side of this pad, because I want it all washed into those drains. I don't want anything to be able to stop out water from getting to my drains. So we just got to keep working it. It's going to be just a little bit. We're going to try to show you some little more action with the machines. Then once we get to when we start digging out and trenching the drains, we'll stop and pause and kind of give you an idea of what's going on there. Okay. All right, Jackson's working this machine right here. We're going to get to, we're trying, like I said, we're trying to get more of this gravel out right here, pushing it out. Now you want to know, we were having this discussion at a meeting a while back, you know, trying to get our children involved in gardening and outdoors. Do you know how you do it? Well, that's how you do it. You get them outside and you get them going, okay? They're not going to learn, they're not going to know how to do it until we get them out here, okay? Jackson's been playing with these things since he was, 8 years old. He's 12 now. So the more experience he gets now, the better he's going to be going on. Joys loves being outside. Come over this way.
Yeah, we're starting to get down pretty good right there. So that's probably a good 4 to 6 inches or so down. But we got to keep pushing this. I think if we go get the big one, we'll be able to knock it out real quick.
Okay, I've brought over the Bobcat T595 just to have a bigger bucket and be able to move the material out of here at a much faster rate. And also, a lot of the times when you get a little bit of a wider bucket, for me personally, I can get a better grade just a little bit in a spot, but I don't have much room for this machine here, so the little one really works better in these kind of tight spaces like this. And then also, of course, the trencher we run on the little machine. So I'm going to jump in here right quick, move some of this around, show off the T595 real quick, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, my friends, so I am back from my appointment. Got to go to the grocery store. We've had lunch, and Mr. Man has been quite busy while I have been gone. So this is a good time for us to stop. He can explain to me and explain to you what he has done and what he is going to do. All I know is I came home and he was not joking when he said he was going to dig it out and get a nice big trench. That he did for sure.
Yeah, I don't know if we can see.
Yep.
Just how far?
Yeah, I mean, you went.
Yeah, it's down.
2 feet, 3 feet.
Yep.
Below of what it was.
Yeah. So we're placing in these catch basins. You know, they have 2 inlets. Mm-hmm. So we're running Schedule 40 4-inch PVC from one box to the next, and then we're going to have to drill holes in that PVC on the top.
On the top.
Yeah.
So when I came back, because typically in these kinds of situations, we will use like black corrugated pipe that has the slits in it,
yeah,
and like put a what they call like a sock over it so that debris doesn't get in. So I asked him, I said, why did you choose to go with the PVC instead of the black corrugated? And you said,
well, it's stronger, number one, and then it's slick, so it's just going to flow. If debris were to get in there, it's going to flow out.
As opposed to the corrugated, which has those little ridges in it.
Yeah.
Things get trapped.
And two, this is kind of like a high traffic zone sometimes with equipment.
Oh, it's a very high traffic zone.
So we want to be able to have it to be sturdy.
Yes, so that Schedule 40 PVC is much stronger than the corrugated.
Yeah, so we're going to fill this thing in. We're actually going to line it like I mentioned before in the video. We're going to line this whole section where you see the dirt now behind us. It's going to have black plastic, and then we'll put our boxes on top of the plastic, connect our pipes, get everything. I'll have to probably before that I'm going to trench. Go ahead and just trench to this box and find out what we got, how we're going to get connected to it.
So can I ask a question? So you're calling it plastic, but it's not really plastic, it's landscape fabric, which is porous.
Yeah,
so there is a difference. It's
yeah.
not black, like heavy duty plastic. It is landscape fabric where the water will flow. It is porous. So
Yeah,
but
so
it
it'll
keeps
flow through.
it keeps the mud out and it keeps the rock out, but water can penetrate through it.
Yeah, we're creating it's like a double protection underneath so it doesn't come up. And then once we get our gravel up to kind of below, just kind of fill everything in underneath the pipes and around the catch basins for just kind of making everything sturdy. Then we'll lay the plastic in on top of all of this, so that way debris don't get into the pipe or inside the catch basin.
And water still flows through.
Water flows through it, and then we'll fill everything up from the catch basins all the way back up to the level of the driveway full of the wash stone.
Right.
And like I had mentioned earlier, that way the water just goes through it, goes into all the drains, and works its way back over here on the way out.
Right.
Yep.
So that is what we're going to do. We're going to go grab the pipe, get it all installed. You just talked to the trucking company, and they're coming.
Gravel's coming this afternoon. The only thing if I have enough pipe. I don't know if I have quite enough pipe, but we'll see. Hopefully so.
We'll see. We'll figure it out. All right, so stay with us as this fun project continues. So Jerry has gotten the next little section trenched. We did have to be careful because, if you may have seen that in the video, because we have the electrical line running across where the trench needed to go. This is for the irrigation in the yard. Let me flip the camera around so you can see. It is that lovely black line there across. And of course, there's not very much give in that, so we had to be really careful. So that means we're gonna have to hand dig. You can see where this is not quite as deep right here, because obviously we couldn't get the trencher as deep down as it needs to go. And then Jerry's fixing that little section right there. We went ahead and picked up the PVC from over there at the nursery where we had it dropped off. So this is a 20-foot long, there's two of them, 4-inch diameter PVC Schedule 40 piping. So this will show you just, how much water can go through there, which will be very nice. So that is what we are going to use to connect these drain boxes. So that's going to go, we're going to have a drain box that you can see right here. He already has a little gravel pad for it to sit right there, and then it will continue all the way down to where the next one's going to be, and then on down. So that's what we're going to do right now, is finish getting the trenches dug out, and then I guess get this PVC cut and get it laid, the fabric, all the things, all the layers, all the things. All right, so a couple years ago when Jerry installed these drain boxes, he concreted the one that gets the most traffic over it, right? He concreted it in to give it stability and structure so that when we drove over it, it wouldn't break. Well, he did a mighty fine job of getting that concrete in. So when we came to trench and we had to break through the concrete to get to that box, he quickly realized that he had done a really good job of concreting it, and there was no way that we were going to be able to cut through with the saw or dig it out, like sledge it out. So I was like, babe, can't we just like dig the box out? So that's why he got the big bobcat out and then came in there and pulled it out. But you can see that big, huge rock right here. That is the drain box, and that is what he was having to try to go through. So it's a good thing we decided to go ahead and dig it out. So you can see here where he is clearing that hole where the box was. There is right there where his shovel is. I'm just gonna scooch in here just for a quick little minute. You can probably see that black corrugated pipe. So we're gonna put in a new drain box here and then connect that PVC pipe all the way through. Good thing is he can get the trencher back out and clean the trench out again. And then of course, there's nothing like putting a little pressure on this whole project because they're calling for rain tonight and tomorrow. So yeah, we kind of want to get this done today. So time is of the essence. And so we're gonna get to work. Let me jump off of here. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little worried there for a minute. It just seems like things were crawling and we were having all sorts of problems. But never fear, Jerry is here and we got it figured out, and things went pretty quickly together. So let me just walk you through right quick and show you what we have done. We are now just kind of really waiting on the gravel to get here. It should be here pretty soon, but we can't move forward anymore right now until the gravel gets here. So it's a perfect time to do a little recap. Starting down here on the end, the farthest end of the driveway. This is the box that was completely covered in concrete, right? We had a new box. So we got that box dropped in here. You can see that we were able to easily tie in to the existing corrugated pipe that runs under the driveway, all through the front yard and out by the crepe myrtles. We went ahead and kept the metal grate that was already here because it's just so much stronger. Those rocks won't come out. And then we got the PVC pipe connected all the way down. This we're going to leave solid. We're not going to drill holes in the top of it because that means we have to put fabric on top of it. And this is not where like water stands. Where water stands is where Jerry is. So this will get covered back up. I think just with this existing soil gravel mixture. I could be wrong, we'll find out. Of course, this will not. We need that to be open. And then coming down here, because this is Schedule 40 PVC, it is very strong and sturdy, which is what we want, but it doesn't have a lot of give to it. And unfortunately, these boxes were not in a complete straight line. So we had to use just a section, I don't know, maybe that's an 8-foot section of the corrugated pipe so we could get a bend in it. It'll all be fine, and went ahead and connected it to the next box. This is where you see the landscape fabric is laid down. That way it just helps hold all that water. He needs something, I don't know what he needs. And once the gravel gets here, we'll fill all this in with gravel. This pipe, we will drill holes along the top. That way, gravel is here supporting it. Fold all the fabric back over, gravel on top, so it's just those layers that the water will drain through. we'll show you all of that. This is where he is putting some caulk around the PVC and the box, just so it's a nice seal. It is a very goopy mess. So that's why he got him some paper towels. So that will give a nice seal so that the PVC does not come off of the box. Yeah, and so then all the way down, because this is the area that has been the main culprit as far as the standing water. And then of course down here is the other box, the third box. He is putting that waterproof sealant caulk around that as well. And then of course this end of the box, kind of where his leg is, you will see that there is not a hole open. So it's just a one end is open with the PVC. So that kind of gives you an idea of how everything looks. It is a hot mess, and I think I hear the truck. Maybe I hear a truck. I'm not sure. Something's going on up there. But yeah, so we're gonna wait on the truck to bring that wash stone, and then we can move on from there. Next on the list, we have gotten the, there we go, the washed gravel all around the boxes, all underneath the pipe, so it's nice and supported. Jerry is getting his drill out, and so he's going to come in and drill holes on the top of the pipe. Oh, Lordy. Like just like that. Real scientific, folks. Bada boom, bada bing. So by doing that, we're creating our own little corrugated pipe right through there. Once he is done, then we're going to fold the landscape fabric back over top of this and then add more wash stone on top. So you have this whole filtration system of wash stone, the landscape fabric. The landscape fabric and the stone are going to filter out any kind of sediments, and then really that landscape fabric prevents the any soil, dirt going through the holes and getting those holes clogged up. Once Jerry gets through putting in the holes in that solid, well, no longer solid PVC pipe, then we are going to come back through with all 3 of those drain boxes and go ahead and put some concrete around here. That just helps support and gives these boxes structure, because this is a very high traffic zone. We come through here all the time. I have to swing out when I come in so that I can pull the car into the garage. We of course have all the machinery going back and forth through here. So these boxes are gonna get run over. So to have that concrete around it gives them support, gives them structure, and so they don't crack and pop. So we're gonna get some concrete down and then flip that landscape fabric over and add some more gravel. And then I think, other than cleaning up, then the project will be done. All right, sweet friends, so the sun is quickly setting on us today, just in time for us to get this project complete. Jerry is just putting the final touches on everything, but man, this was a job.
Yeah, it was. We got it done.
We did. You got it done. Man, that was a...
Well, anytime you dig, make holes, and do trenches, it is always going to be hard.
It is. But this is going to pay off big time.
I hope so. Yeah.
We're going to find out tonight, aren't we? But, I mean, just imagine all that nice deep trench right there. It is full of this wash stone. And when we say wash stone, I didn't talk about this. It means that it is just really clean gravel. So there is no little sand particles or, you know, fine things in there. It is clean stone. Therefore, the water will just go right through it. But yeah, so everything's put back together. We did go ahead and get the other drain box is concreted, letting it dry. This one will stay exposed. Brenna, out. Wet concrete. Put a little paw print in there. So this drain box, this grate, will stay exposed. Obviously, we have a nice deep well right there so that the water will drain in there. If you hear a funny noise, Brenna has her chew toy, and so I apologize. But we still have a nice little stack of gravel that Jerry can spread when it is time. Hey Brenna, you got your toy? Yeah, okay. So with that, we are going to clean things up. We got to put all of the equipment away, of course. Got to clean up, get our tools put away, and sun's going down. That means it's coffee time, shower time, supper time, bedtime. So as always, we appreciate you. We'll keep you updated on how everything works. Y'all have a great day, and always thanks so much for gardening with Creekside. See you in the next video. Bye, friends.
Yeah, I'm gonna go talk to the camera. You get my phone again, my buddy. We got this project, me and you, buddy. Woo! Probably gonna get the big bobcat here in a minute.
Yeah, you need some teeth.
We need some teeth.